What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod, and welcome to the episode of Yugioh Chat. Now first off, let me give a couple of quick shoutouts. The first one going to the Shadow King 419, the second one going to 42JCEE, the third one going to F22 Strike 1, and of course the fourth one being to Mr. Blackwing 23. If you guys could, please go check out their channels. I shall have links to them down in the description bar below, as well as an annotation somewhere on the screen. I'm sure any kind of help and feedback would be most appreciated by these guys. So this week what I'd like to talk about is weighing Yu-Gi-Oh packs. Now some people are really against this. They're really passionate about their hatred for people who would weigh packs. Some people don't see anything wrong with it, and then there's other people that are kind of indifferent to the subject. For those of you who don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh packs, depending on if it's just a rare in the pack or if you have a holographic card in the pack, will actually weigh differently. So a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh that actually has a holographic card in it will weigh one ounce, and then a Yu-Gi-Oh pack that doesn't have a holographic card weighs a different set of ounces. Now, if you have a really good digital scale, you can actually pick up the difference in ounces. Now, a holographic pack will actually weigh a little bit more. So if you go into some place like a card shop or something like that, and you're friends with the owner or whatever, you can actually weigh the packs, and you should be able to pick out the heavier packs, which should have the holographic cards in them. And so you can go through all 24 packs in a box, find the 7 or 8 cards or whatever it is, buy just those packs, and then leave the rest of the 16 packs or whatever it is in the box for someone else to buy, not you, and get all the holographic cards out. Anyways, what I want to do is tell you guys about a time when my buddies and I actually tried this out. Now, for a long time, when I first started collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, this was like a Yu-Gi-Oh myth or something about weighing packs. Now, this is a long time ago, and there was a lot of different ways on how you can tell if a pack actually had a holographic card, depending on where a certain ink blotch appeared on the packs. All kinds of crazy stuff that you would try to do to try and pick out the holographic card. And one of the things that would pop up would be that you can weigh the packs. Now, we were always kind of a little sketchy about this, and then my buddy had actually went out and bought a digital scale at one point, and he had spent I think it cost like a good decent amount of money, like 30-40 bucks for the scale. We all thought he was crazy because we're like, why would you spend 30 or 40 bucks for a scale? This is not going to work. This is just one of those urban legend type of things or something like that. And what he did was he went to Frankenstein's, and he had bought a box of Yu-Gi-Oh! He was going to buy it anyways, and he weighed his own box, and he wanted to see if he could get the holographic cards out of it. And he went through every pack, and we were there with him, and he pulled all the holos out. And then we were like, that's freaking crazy. Then we opened the rest of the packs, because we wanted to make sure there was no more holos, and there wasn't. There were just the rares. And he's like, oh, this is awesome. And he went to Walmart, and he tried it out there, and had mixed kind of results. And it was kind of an interesting time, because this is when we first started playing, not really first started, but we were really young into the game, and we wanted to get the holographic cards. Obviously, we didn't have a huge collection or anything like that. This was something that we thought was awesome. Now, I didn't really see anything wrong with it a good amount of time, and now there used to be this other little collectible store that I would go into from time to time. And they sold Yugi amongst other kind of stuff like Star Wars action figures and Hot Wheel cars and all these other kind of little collectible items. I would go in there and buy the new packs that would come out, because he would go to Frankenstein's before the set would come out, and he would pick up the box. And this is before I was really heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh, before I would go and buy boxes myself or go out to Frankenstein's whenever I wanted to. It was just an earlier time in my life when I just didn't get that kind of access. I would go there and just buy the new sets when they came out there, because he would have them before like Walmart or Target or anything like that. And so I went there one day, and he said he got the new set in, and people were already in buying packs and stuff. And so I bought like 10 or 12 packs, like half a box almost, I think. I opened up all the packs, and I didn't pull anything. And I was like, oh my god, how could I not have pulled any kind of holographic card? I was like, this is freaking crazy. And then I went and I was like, well, let me get like a couple more packs, because the holos got to be left. And he only had like just I don't know, maybe 5 more packs left after that. And I was like, let me get like 2 more. And I bought like 2 more packs and pulled nothing. And I started thinking to myself, what the hell's going on? This is like really strange. And he didn't say nothing. He wasn't like letting me know anything. And I was like, well, this is kind of really weird. And so I just kind of like left, and I was like, okay, well, I'm out of here. And then I had, you know, gone home and I was like, man, this is like really friggin', how could I pull like all friggin' rares out of all these packs? You know, I had gone home and my buddy had called me and he was like, hey, I just got back from that collectible store and the guy let me weigh the packs and friggin' I got all the holographic cards. It was awesome. And I was like, oh my friggin' God. I must have went in there after him and bought the friggin' packs after he had weighed them and just got all rares. And from that point on, I kind of had a different outlook about weighing packs. From that point on, I never really thought that weighing packs was okay, because I kind of felt like with the shoe was on the other foot, so to speak. And I got to kind of experience what it's like to go into the aftermath after someone weighs packs. And it was not a good experience, to say the least. And, you know, I guess it's a part of the learning experience. For me, I don't believe weighing packs is something that people should do. I don't believe that it's really all that ethical. And although I did do it in the past, I'd like to think that I've learned from my mistakes and that, you know, I know now that that is something that, you know, we shouldn't do. In the comment section below, let me know what you guys think about weighing packs. Is it something that you think is okay? Is it something that you think is wrong? Is it you think it's something people shouldn't do? I'd like to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts on this subject. I know it's kind of a little, I don't know if it's controversial, but it's I know it can kind of, people have like real, you know, harsh thoughts on this subject. And I guess that's it for this week. This is GalacticGod, out.